Welcome back to the News You Can Use podcast. We are so grateful that you are tuning in. Thankful just to be alive, y'all. Woo! This is a super... Welcome back to the News You Can Use podcast. This is a special, awesome episode number 4. Woo, woo, woo. We're so grateful we made it to another episode. Hey, and we got a guest, y'all. We got our first guest. Hey, cue them sound. Wait a minute. All right, so our guest is I really discovered I'm gonna tell y'all how I got to even know about this guy. I was at Better Family Life, and for a Black Wall Street meeting. Jihad and Danelle was putting together those meetings. I stopped by, and somebody had mentioned that there was this guy that was going around to these different black businesses, and he was promoting them, and he was challenging people to come to the business, and he was highlighting the business, and he had a hashtag talking about Black Wall Street Challenge. I was like, okay, that's pretty badass. Because essentially, that's the same concept as Ujamaa, which is one of the 7 Nguzo Saba principles in Kwanzaa. And Kwanzaa, which is one of the African American celebrations that we celebrate from December 26th through January 1st. And so Ujamaa is a Swahili word for collective economics, which just means, okay, if I put some of my money, if whatever Stefan is doing, if I put my energies and my funds and my time and my resources with his thing, because his thing is building is building some kind of black institution. It's positive. It's going to the right motions. Then okay, then we're gonna make, by us collectively helping Stefan do his thing, then it's gonna get better. And then okay, let's go do it with someone else. And so it all just made sense to me, and I loved it. And I started following the movement, is what I'm going to call it, the movement on Facebook, and later on it was Instagram. And so I want to introduce you to World, to this brother. Please introduce yourself.
Yo, my name is Stefan West, St. Louis, Missouri. I like to call myself the co-creator of the Black Wall Street Challenge, because this challenge is not my challenge. It's a challenge. It's a mindset that has been around. It's just something that I have been just trying to bring to the forefront.
Ashe.
Yeah. So I like to say it's our challenge, but
Ashe.
That's me.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for taking the time to speak to the people. What News You Can Use podcast is about is providing positive facts and truth and motivation and just unconventional news that the indigenous African black communities across the diaspora could use. Because there's so many times that we are inundated with negative shit that they say that black people are doing, or Africans are doing. But we need to be inundated with what we are doing that's positive, because it's a lot of us doing a lot of amazing positive stuff for our communities, right?
I agree.
So that's why this platform is, to me, is so necessary.
I agree. Thank you for having me as a guest.
You're so welcome. So let's dive in. What is your background?
Background. Well, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, born and raised. Grew up between Walnut Park and Country Club Hills. school, Hazelwood West, Pattonville, high school, graduated. Did a couple years of college. Right now, I do consulting. I do a lot of political consulting. I work different ballot initiatives around the city. And I do the Black Wall Street Challenge. I mean, background is such a broad word for me. I'm like a jack of all trades. I've done a little bit of everything. So we want to go back to St. Louis. Like, I guess on the music scene, I worked. I managed a local artist. I've actually ran a magazine, local magazine back in the day. Helped run a magazine. I've actually helped run a clothing line, a magazine. Then we got into the music thing. Then I got away from the music because at the time it just wasn't. My headspace was somewhere else, and at the time I was somewhere else, and I wasn't really feeling the type of sound that where we were headed for as the sound in St. Louis. And at that time, I just stepped back from it. So. Okay.
So what moved you into this consciousness awareness that you knew that you needed to be supporting other people that look like yourself? What brought you to that? Because for me, I wore locks when I was in college, when I was in a white school, and I had seen this brother. I'm gonna shout him out. He was a Kappa. His name was Isaiah, and he was really handsome, and he played football, and he had organic locks. And so I thought it was really odd that this really handsome guy would have some dissonance on his head called these organic locks. And so that made me want to have locks. And I went and I got locks. I actually had him to start it, and then I actually got a professional to do my locks. But I had no awareness of what locks mean. Like today I wear locks, but I have a consciousness that it's a lifestyle. It's not just a thing to do. So how did you come to the place where you was like Black Wall Street challenges, and that you knew that that's something that you needed to bring to the forefront?
Okay. But when it comes to I guess knowledge, I was always enlightened to knowledge.
Okay.
I was brought into that world at a very, very young age, but not really understanding, I guess, really the full, capacity of what I was being introduced to. I also had locks as well. My hair was locked up for like 20 years.
Oh wow.
So I mean, I've been around. I've been a student of life and information.
Yes.
And I don't really like to claim any type of particular spirituality or any religion, but I have looked into pretty much most of them my whole life. I've just always been in tune with that. Now, the thing that really, really was the catapult for me, though, with the Black Wall Street Challenge was, like I said, I had already kind of been on the scene. I had been, around this industry type of, I guess, St. Louis thing that was going on.
Okay.
And I wanted to recreate myself. And the catapult was actually the Mike Brown situation. Now, the Mike Brown situation...
Well, wait a minute. So, what do you mean by Mike Brown's situation? Because everybody doesn't... I just want to come from a frame of ignorance. Like, nobody... Okay.
Well, I would just put it like this. I don't really know much about the actual situation. You know what I'm saying? I just say that the killing of Mike Brown, and if you don't know, and you're listening,
go ahead.
Please look into that. It happened in Ferguson, Missouri in 2014. I believe it was August 14th or something like that. And what happened, with that situation was what really made me want to just get out and do something was sitting back. I actually stopped watching television at that time. I had not been a television person already. But the Mike Brown situation and the way they covered the story and how they did it, I just it kind of made me just I don't know. Television became repulsive to me. It became like something that I felt like was just filled with a lot of nonsense, and I just didn't want to put that in my body no more. But at the
That's so
same time,
real.
it sent me on a path where I wanted to do something different, and I definitely wanted to use the camera and some sort of visuals to kind of bring to light a whole nother angle without having to be on the negative part, because St. Louis has always been a pretty segregated city and a separate city, and for me, that's obvious, but I'm not the type of person where I want to point out the obvious. I like to do things my own way, so I can't get on this page with you where we all angry, because I understand that with emotion, from my studying, that with emotion you're not going to do anything you're not going to do anything that's probably going to be well thought out. So I sat back for a year. They had been talking about the Million Man March was going to come up the next year. Now, the Million Man March is really, really what made me put, it made me put everything into perspective. Now, here's a man that can get millions of people to come out to a peaceful environment, all people that, they look like me. And I was so amazed by the power of this man, the Honorable Minister Farrakhan.
Okay.
And but one thing that I was going there because I was looking for something, like a lot of people were, and I knew that I probably would never have this opportunity again in my life because the last Million Man March was, I think, 20 years prior to that or something like that. I was young. I wasn't able to go. So this was something that I felt like it was a calling. I had to go. I had to go to D.C.
Okay.
I had to speak. I left the Million Man March, though, with more questions than I had answers. I'm a very analytical person, and I felt like, not to take anything away from the actual Million Man March speech and all that, but I felt like I got riled up, but I didn't get sent home with the plan of action.
Okay.
I didn't like, he did drop a lot of jewels, but for a brother like me, I wasn't trying to join the Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying? But I do share a lot of their core beliefs and values, but it didn't appeal to me. So I kind of feel like it was more of like a recruiting thing, but I just wasn't feeling the recruitment part of it. But I also had these questions like, okay, so you got to think, if this brother brought all these people out here, with the right type of, I guess, I just felt like when I left there, everybody should have left there with some sort of plan to go back to their community to do something to uplift their people. And I'm not saying that nobody else did that, but that was the one thing that really, really, I slept on it. I thought about it, and that was in October of 2015. And then by the time January or December was rolling around, I was like, yo, 2016, I'm gonna do something. I got a cousin. He's a film director and producer out here by the name of Craig Thomas. He's done about 3 or 4 films.
I'm familiar with First Pick. Hey, okay. Shout out.
All right, shout out to my cousin Craig. So I had called him up because I knew he was doing this movie thing, and I was trying to actually, get off into that as well because I had a lot of experience, with the camera prior to what I used to do. So we met up one night and we were just hanging out, and I was like, cuz I really want to do this. I got this idea, where I go around and that's where the challenge came in. And he was like, and I'll never forget this because I don't think I even told him to this day that like how much he helped me. But
blessings.
When he told me, well, just do it. Like, what's stopping you? Cuz do it.
Simple.
I had the means. I had the knowledge. I had the, the will to do it. And, from that day, I just feet to the ground. And the next day I was up running, doing everything I had to do. And then the start of, I felt like it was real. It was really important that I got this off the ground before Black History Month of that year, which is what I did. So that January I was running like crazy, getting all this other stuff lined up, figuring out how I would do it. format wise, this is then the third. Back then, see, you only had 15 seconds on IG. So I was really focusing on my YouTube and my Facebook back then, because IG, you could only put up a 15-second video, so it wasn't really beneficial. But I got a couple of 15-second videos from our beginning, and then IG let you put the minute, which was right up the alley, because from my studies at the time, I noticed that people just don't have that attention span, and 2-3 minutes talking about black business just wasn't going to get people to watch. So we shortened it down. We tried to put as much information as we could in a minute or less, and that's pretty much what was the catapult for me. Is just from the Mike Brown to the Meme Man March to me with my cousin and him just saying like, "Yo, do it."
Yeah,
and that's something that I'm very grateful for and thankful for, because I'm that type of person too. If you come to me for some advice, or if you ask me for anything else, I'm gonna say, "Well, do it." I mean, what's stopping you? And
right.
I'm the type of person where I'm so, I guess, dominant in my mind. I don't really get many people in my head that question me and challenge me. And
okay,
I was like, "Yeah, you're right. Yeah, let me do it." So, and I've been doing it ever since. And this is like,
wow.
As of this month, this is 3 years that I've been doing this on the platform that I'm doing it. It was already something that I like to do. I already love to spend with my people, so it was like second nature when I put the two together. And I used to say it was like a way of using social media for good.
Exactly.
So much nonsense on social media, and it's the way. It's like money. Money is a tool or a weapon against you. So it's how you use it and how we use it. And I realized that.
Come on now. You preaching now.
I realized that those two tools could be used as tools instead of just weapons against me. So I figured a way to blend the money, economics, and social media, and come up with this content that not everybody at the beginning was, feeling. You know what I'm saying? I went from probably had 5 followers for a year.
Yeah.
Till people really started, gravitating to it. Like now, I think my growth is crazy now, because this month with the 28-day, that was another challenge I formed inside of the Black Wall Street Challenge, which was the 28-day Black Business Challenge, which is pretty much, I don't like to refer to February as Black History Month, because I like to refer to it as Blacks Making History.
Come on now.
We don't get enough. We don't give enough credit, like you were saying, to the people that are making moves right now.
Come on
I'm
now.
not taking nothing away from my predecessors, but I'm saying that I don't like to look back at my history and see such a negative light. I like to figure out a way. Like I say, I approach things different. I'm not the type of person that's going to focus on the negative with you. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but I'm not that guy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out a way to show something without having to even mention a negative. We know the negative is there, when there's evil, there's always good as well. So
right.
I wanted to use something. I wanted to just do something different, and that's where it is. So the 28-day Black Business Challenge is a little bit more intense.
Okay.
Because it has me moving every day. Every day I'm going to a black business, showing love to them, showcasing them, putting a video up, doing my post on every platform, and networking with these businesses. At the same time, I'm also compiling a list and a place where people can go to get these businesses in St. Louis. One major obstacle at the beginning was getting our people to want to spend with each other.
Hallelujah. Come on. Say that again.
It's hard, because when I was first doing it, everybody had something to say about these business owners. And with my Facebook,
I already know.
The Black Wall Street Challenge on Facebook, it's more so like an interactive Black page. It's something that anybody can contribute to. Anybody can ask, hey, where's a Black-owned business in my area? Or,
thank you.
I'm a Black-owned entrepreneur here. Come check me out. And people have told me that's benefited them in their business.
Thank you.
And that was just really like for me, for our people. But at the beginning, I had a lot of people that were, so negative. I put your business up, and then somebody in the comments would be like, "Oh man, I went there and she had an attitude." So it was really more so about trying to help people understand that we have to be, as consumers, we have to be more patient with our brother and our sister at times when it comes to business.
Come on.
And a lot of times we go into these businesses with the wrong mindset anyway.
For real.
So, I mean, it was just a way, it's just a way of me doing something for my city that I feel like needed to be done. And nobody was going to do it. I'm not saying nobody was going to do it, but
they weren't.
It was at a time where I would go in a barbershop. I still go in a barbershop. And I don't get off in the barbershop chatter too much because I don't like getting all riled up. I'm not that guy that's going to say, man, the white man this and the system. I'm the guy that's going to say, well, you know what? I ain't letting none of that shit stop me. I'm going to do this. And,
yes.
You don't rock with it. You don't rock with it. Like right now, I think my IG has grown to like over 3,000 followers, which is
blessings.
For the kind of content that I'm putting out there, it's pretty good because
it is.
That's a little over 1,000 followers a year, and in my eyes, that's pretty good because
that's blessings.
Like I don't have any. I never post any, like fights. I don't post twerks. I don't, so it's a lot of stuff I don't post for, just for the reason that I want it to be organic and I want people to come here because they want to really, see what it is we doing and they want to do it and they, they really are in tune to that type of information. So
it's
been a blessing. It's a lot harder than, it looks, but I'm not complaining. I'm built for that, but it gets kind of, you know what I'm saying? It gets kind of stressful at times, but just trying to keep up with everybody and to keep up with all the businesses. And then it gets kind of heartbreaking because since I started, some of my first businesses I've done in St. Louis aren't even around anymore. So.
Oh, wow. That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is. It's like, you want people to show love to each other, but at the same time, like, we have to, we really have to want to, like, spend with our people. So
it's a mindset.
Yeah, and at first I used to always say, shopping with a black business, support a black business.
Okay.
And then I ended up, over the course of this time, I've taken marketing classes. I've taken things to try to get my social media, a little bit more of a little push. And
we're listening.
What I did was, because I don't want it to exclude anybody. See, this Black Wall Street Challenge is for black people. It's for black business. But it's for everybody to show love to black business.
Come on now. Come on.
This is not just, this ain't just for,
yeah.
I don't white friends and Mexican friends and, all these other friends I got to feel like they can as well contribute because.
Exactly.
So it's definitely something that I had changed the wordage a while back where now everything is showing love.
Okay.
It's showing love to a black business. So anybody can show love. It's not about, when you say support this black business, people feel like they excluded. And I don't want anybody to feel excluded because this challenge is for everybody. That's why.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
No problem. As much as I can, I try to get other people that don't look like me to show other people that look like me and don't look like me that you can do this too. It doesn't mean that you hate your people or this, that, and the third. I don't put out nothing hateful. Another thing I
respect that.
I put out a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't agree with because, people are not going to agree with you on everything. Like, for instance,
of course
not. This time last year, everybody was screaming Wakanda forever. I was in the middle of my my 28-day Black Business Challenge. I was going hard. And, I was heartbroken at the fact that so many people were, claiming that, this whole going to see a movie by Disney and Marvel was benefiting black people. And as
it's not. Marvel's not owned by black people.
Exactly. And they were like, I was getting I lost a good 100 or so followers.
It's okay.
Because of the fact that I was so outspoken about my ideology behind what I was doing and why that was not supporting black business. Like, you can go out today and spend $10, $20 on this movie, but imagine, and we created I think upwards of $500 million or something around there for the whole course of the life of that movie while I was in the, theaters. Just imagine if we were to take that same enthusiasm to a black business.
To several black businesses.
Yes, we could have created so many. We could have changed
our institution.
So
we should have changed our whole lives.
Yeah, but people wasn't feeling that, But like I said, I stay away from this year. My new motto is this.
Okay, let me hear it.
Here you go. Is let's find ways to work together.
Yes, I
don't agree with a lot of even for instance the Floyd Mayweather thing that's going on right now.
I'm not aware, but okay.
Listen, but I mean, I do feel like no matter what, he's still our brother, and I feel like that man. I mean, we can work together.
Let's work together.
Let's still work
we can
together.
all win. It's enough for us all to eat.
Exactly. And the kind of money that man got, he really could impact more people. But at the same time, we also can't expect entertainers to be black leaders. See, as black people, we automatically
better preach.
Feel as though a black person that becomes successful and a millionaire is now a leader in some form. And they are, in a sense, at the top of their game, maybe, and they're able to help others. But we can't confuse a brother like Floyd Mayweather with a brother like Dr. Claud Anderson.
Okay, come on
Honorable now. Minister, Farrakhan.
Somebody's well studied, huh? Exactly. Interesting point.
Now, I understand, like I said, those people can have an impact, but these are entertainers. They are not leaders.
There is a difference now.
Is a leader. You know what I'm saying? But
yes,
I would not say Steve Harvey is a black leader. You think about this. White people do not have this confusion in their community. They do not confuse Keanu Reeves with Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? That's not a leader.
Right.
They don't trip off what, their celebrities say. We get more so butthurt because we've been down and we've been oppressed. So any of us that make it out of that, you know what I'm saying? We put them on this pedestal.
Right.
And we shouldn't do that.
No.
And that's something I don't do. I don't.
They're just human.
I don't even watch none. Half of the stuff that I learn is from the internet, but I don't really watch. I don't keep up with celebrities.
Neither do I.
I don't even watch no shows. I don't. I read. I listen to music, and I work. And that's my life right now. I don't really feed into nobody else's vision. That's kind of programming it all. So
that's a good segment into our break. And I wanted to just stand by because I want to get into what you was just talking about, reading and you basically saying you doing your own thing.
Right. Cool.
Thank you. The News You Can Use podcast is powered by BNS LLC. Shop the BNS LLC at facebook.com/BNS LLC. Get your healthy place botanicals with Frenchie's Wonders. We got Aaliyah, Rock the Boat, Rise in Power. Let's bump this. Comment, folk. Welcome back to the News You Can Use podcast, powered by B&S LLC. We have Stefan West with us, and we were just talking about, we were flowing, and I really appreciate what you were saying. You really sound like you're a reflection of myself, so that was nice and refreshing to hear someone with the same spirit. I really respect the fact that the law of attraction is a real thing. What you put out there will flow back to you. And so what I wanted to get into, Stefan, is really discussing kind of some personal, like, as you was talking about that you're not inundated with, basically you were saying you're not inundated with the conventional media. You said you weren't really into TV. I love to hear about what kind of music you listen to, but you said you don't watch TV. Some people think you crazy if you don't watch TV, and you saying that you get your studies from the internet, and so that means you research and you are making conscious decisions to make research, and then you said you reading books. I actually wear a pen that says read a goddamn book. So I really want to get into, like, what are you reading, and also how are you balancing? How are you making the balance between? Because you just said that you have a 9 to 5, and then you saying that you doing your hustle, which is this movement of this Black Wall Street movement, this 28 days challenge movement. So how do you balance, like, just being you and just being human and just finding a peaceful space? Because I really respect, I'm going to tell y'all, when I first called Stefan, and I asked him how he was doing, he said he was peaceful. And I love that, because that's the place that I'm really, like, seeking to stay in that space all throughout the 24-hour or throughout my waking hours. So, how do you stay in a place of peace, and how do you regulate it and you stay balanced between all of these different faces that you putting out to the world?
Well, as far as balancing, I feel like I don't know. I mean, we only got one. As far as I know, I don't know if I'm gonna come back me, so I try to just take advantage of every opportunity I have.
Yeah,
I've lost some people close to me that were on the way to my house, so kind of changed my perspective on, like, time and what we have for us time.
Yes.
I can't really do it's like the music or something.
Okay, my bad.
Okay, yeah, I can't really. It's kind of loud.
My bad.
All right, cool. So, yeah, I just try to do as much as I can, you know what I'm saying? Like, I stay busy. Most people that know me know I'm always doing something, so it's not nothing new. Even when I'm doing all the other little mini hustles that I have had in the past, I mean, I just keep something going on. I don't know if that's just, I attribute that to my family and my upbringing.
Yes.
The type of people that raised me, everybody's always doing something, so, I mean, I'm just the type of person to take it a little step further, and I'm gonna do something that y'all ain't doing,
Come on now. I like that.
So, that's pretty much what it is. And as far as reading right now, I'm reading like 4 books at the same time, because I'm like, I don't know, I'm weird like that. When I get toward the end of a book, I like to space it out, because I don't want it to be over.
Is that weird? Yeah.
I mean, that's just me. I'm real passionate about the information I put in my body, and sometimes if it's a really, really good subject, I like to, cherish it, take my time with it. And right now, the book that's really, really got me wide open is this book called A Field Guide to Lucid Dreaming.
A Field Guide to Lucid Dreaming?
Yes.
Who is that by?
I gotta go over here to my bed. It's over here by my bed. But it's a good book about. So you said something about it in the waking world or something like that. But it's basically okay. So A Field Guide to Lucid Dreaming mastering the art of, I always mess this word up. It's aeronautics. So it's basically like your, I guess, mastering the art of being able to do whatever you want in this dream world. But it's by Dylan Cicillo, Jared Zeisel, and Thomas Heasel or something.
Okay, we're going to put that in the show notes, y'all.
Okay. Well, like I said, this is, and then I'm reading also Black American Money 1 and 2 and Black Labor, White Wealth by Dr. Claud Anderson, and the other two books are by Dr. Boyce Watkins. Dr. Boyce Watkins has been a very, very, very influential, and Dr. Claud Anderson have both been very influential in what I do, and I try to study from those brothers. Those to me are like, man, in the game of what I'm doing right now, if I was to put it, I love music, and if I was going to compare it to music,
yes,
Dr. Claud Anderson would be the Russell Simmons of the Black economic empowerment movement.
Yes.
And then Dr. Boyce Watkins would be like the Jay-Z.
Okay.
And I would love to consider myself like the J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? But
oh, wow.
That's how I would put it. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, those brothers, Dr. Boyce Watkins actually invited me on tour last year. So I got
lessons.
I got to work with him in a couple of events, and I got to kind of study him, and he still, you know, sends me stuff throughout the web. Like, he'll rock my shirts. He shouts me out a lot.
What's that like? What was he like?
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you what he was like. He was somebody that helped me also put certain things in perspective. So when it comes to patience, I learned something. Like, I learned I learned some important stuff about being patient. And Dr. Boyce Watkins and both Dr. Claud Anderson are very, very, very passionate about what they do, but they are very patient with their with the people that follow their movements.
Passion and patience.
If you follow this brother and go to one of his events and you do the meet and greet, this man is gonna stand around, shake everybody's hand, and even answer the questions that he already answered. Like me, I'm not gonna lie. Patience is something that I really don't. I feel like I don't have enough of it.
Yes,
like
me neither.
I'm moving, I'm always, you know what I'm saying? So
yes.
If you're not on the boat with me, then I'm just gonna leave you behind.
Right.
Like, I sat there and I picked his brain because I watched him, and I would watch all these people come up to him, and they would ask the craziest questions. He would, you know, answer them wholeheartedly. He didn't make you feel rushed. And by the end of the night, so I worked with him at one of his events, and it was like, man, it was probably like a 14, 15-hour thing. And by the end of the night, we're packing up, and I'm just like, yo, Doc, how do you do that? You know?
Right?
He was like, you know, like, these people see me, you know what I'm saying? I got to give them what they pay for. And I mean, these people are coming to see him. So he appreciates that. And his way of showing you that appreciation is taking the patience out to talk to everybody, shake everybody's hand. If you want a picture, he doesn't turn down no picture. I mean,
what a blessing.
He is just so inspiring to me because of his humility and just of how much he cares about his people, and he's not going to bullshit you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He's going to tell you the real. So, man, I love that man.
That's a blessing.
I was actually working next to him, and a lot of people was like, oh, is that your dad? And I was like, shit, I wish, you know, because, I mean, not taking anything away from my dad, but I'm saying Dr. Boyce Watkins is like, he was like one of the people that when I started out, I was like, man, I'm going to meet that man one day. You know what I'm saying?
Come on now. Come on.
It came to existence.
You said because of self-fulfilling prophecy, Stefan, what we say out of our mouths and what we think, we project into the universe and cause it to be. The universe starts over time working that thing out.
It did, and they worked it out. And I got to meet him and Dr. Claud Anderson. But
lessons.
I was supposed to be in New York that week. I had some people that was willing to fly us to New York to do the Black Wall Street Challenge because we have a gang of followers out in New York. And they told me, another brother reached out to me, Dr. Roosevelt Mitchell. He's an educator. He's real good friends with Dr. Boyce. he called me and was like, "Hey, you know, Boyce is gonna be in town," and he was like, "I need a cameraman." And at the time, you know, we was doing that, so I was like, "Oh shit, okay,
Nice.
Sir, I'm like, only thing I ask is if you could probably put me in somewhere in his vicinity, I'm gonna do the rest." So, I'm talking about, I wanted to work for Dr. Boyce. I had printed out my resume, a cover letter, everything.
Nice.
And was out there filming. And so before his event, we was just filming outside, making little videos. And guess who walks up with his manager? Dr. Boyce Watkins.
Of course.
So I stopped what I was doing. I ran over to him. I had my cover letter. Because they was actually looking for I forgot, I think it was some sort of, I don't know, they had a couple positions that they was trying to fill at the time, and I was just like, look, I need to work for you. But
yeah.
I didn't get the job, but I did get the endorsement from him, and I did get to meet him, and I still got to work with him. And at the same time, I understand, like, you know, it wasn't the time for that, and I'm doing my own thing, and, you know, so. But I can talk about that brother all day, man, because
that's a blessing.
That's somebody that like, a lot of people put a lot into, like, celebrities and shit like that. To me, he like a celebrity.
He is.
He's a celebrity. So
he is.
I don't really get off into that type of stuff. But the only other person that I want to meet right now that's living, not the only person, but another person that I would love to really get to meet is Minister Farrakhan.
Okay, right? And why is that?
Because of the fact that, I mean, he just is such a, I listen to him talk a lot, and he's just like a prophet to me. He's like somebody that has this connection with his people on a level to where he can kind of read you. You know what I'm saying? I kind of want to get that insight from him, you know?
Okay.
Like that extra little that I need in myself for my own insecurities and, you know, things like that. Just being a black man out here, just listening to somebody like that and just being able to be in his presence more so. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm an energy person, so to be around that kind of energy and a man with that kind of power, and you know what I'm saying, and just that loving of his people and sacrifice. See, another thing that a lot of people don't understand is these leaders. The difference between a leader and a celebrity and, you know, these other idols is that these leaders put their life on the line for other people all day. These celebrities, they not putting life on the line. They don't even want to put their endorsement deals on the line. But you got a brother that has lived and walked in a manner that he could be. He is considered radical. He is considered an enemy. He is not liked by the government. But, you know, and these people automatically assume he's this way when he's not. But it's like he has never, ever, ever once told anybody to go out and kill a white person or to kill these people or that. His message is genuine. It's of love. And it's like, I'm inspired by that kind of energy. And I would love to just meet him and be around him and get to say a couple words to him and ask him a couple questions.
Already.
Yeah, so like that's another person that I would love to meet and I follow on a regular. I mean, so I don't know, but yeah, I can talk about those guys forever, man. Like those are leaders to me, man. Like those people are really inspiring.
They are inspiring because they're doing the work. They have the research. Like, cause you got to have. To me now, I've gotten to the point where I'm beyond emotions. Like I'm under my sun sign, Cancer, which is very, very emotional. But I'm almost 40 years old, and so I'm understanding where I got to be analytical, critical. It got to make some sense. It's got to be logical. You know, it's a lot to everything now. It's not just as simple. It's not basic anymore. So,
I agree. I definitely agree.
So, what do you do socially? Like, so, okay, is Black Wall Street, is something you do? Obviously, you're passionate about it. It's for fun. So, what else do you do for fun?
Spend time with the family. You know.
Okay.
Family person. I like to like today. this is gonna be so much fun. I'm taking my niece to I See Me. We're gonna grab some books. We're gonna spend time together.
Nice.
I don't know. I think my time is. I try to like fun. To me, is not fun for a lot of other people. Like to me, I'm having fun right now.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, so I have fun when I am, doing this challenge and meeting business owners and just, networking with people. I love
me too.
Stuff. So I aspire to one day, get profit, get paid to show other people love. You know what I'm saying? That's a lane. Like I sit back and I think about things that a lot of people probably don't think about, but I'm a person that creates my own. So this lane that I'm creating is what I'm going to speak into existence, and I'm going to get paid for showing love to other people.
Me too. That's me too. Me too. Asheo.
I'm going to make it a thing, So,
Asheo.
Yeah, so I mean, fun to me is just staying busy, staying working, living, breathing. Little simple things, Like I said, I got a lot of people that's gone. I got a lot of people that's behind them walls. So I just try to live my life in a manner of which, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just taking advantage of every second and every day that I got while I'm here. You know what I'm saying? To do something to help somebody else. I mean, when you ask me about my background, I'm not really, because I'm not an angel. I'm not posing to be no angel.
Neither am I. None of us are. We all have we all have what they call skeletons. That's what the old people say.
Yeah, I got some things that I'm trying to write, and this is a way of me. I like to put that reverse energy out there and try to right my own wrongs that I've done. So, this is a way for me to do that. I get a lot of enjoyment out of just walking down the street and somebody would be like, "Hey, you do that Black Wall Street Challenge, man, that shit tight." Like, I never knew that was a black business right there by my house, man. I'll be going down there. They some cool people, We need to do this more often.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that gives me so much joy.
Yes.
Like, it's worth all of the work.
I'm smiling right now, real big, Kool-Aid style.
Yeah, like that's to me, because I don't look at myself as any different from nobody else. I mean, like I tell people all the time, the only difference between you and Malcolm X is Malcolm X went out there and did something.
Right.
You can be the next Malcolm X.
Come on now.
You can be the next Dr. Boyce Watkins. You just gotta get out and do something. So I mean,
you need oh yes.
What you want to do?
Come on.
Our worst enemy is ourselves at times, and I just
feel
like, a lot of people. I don't know, like to me, I'm just a regular dude. Like I don't really think I'm any better or any of that to anybody else. I'm just doing some shit that I love. I found something that I love and I ain't letting up on.
Hey.
Even if nobody even followed, even if nobody cared, I would still do this because this is what brings me joy.
See now, Stefan, that's a great point. So that's where I am in life. That's why this podcast has come to existence. It was just an inkling, a thought from years ago, and then organically it came to be, and here we are, boom. But it's about to me. Yes, I need money because I live in this capitalistic world, but it's really about my time and being able to just enjoy it and just be at peace and really just flow with the organic life of things. So, yes.
We all need money, but I don't make any. So that's another thing. So I don't make any money from this. I probably spent over $20,000, maybe plus dollars on over the last 3 years on I've depleted my own savings just to show other people love. You know what I'm saying? So,
it's gonna come back to you.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm not, and it's not even that I do things for.
Not saying that I'm not saying that for that, but it will. I'm just encouraging you.
I get paid every day off of just being able to do something that I love. So this is so much more than just a monetary value thing for me. This is something that I really am passionate about, something I love, and I feel like I get paid every day doing it, and I love doing it. And it's like the only thing that's gonna stop me from doing it is I stop breathing today. But other than that, I'm gonna keep doing, and I just, like I said, I get paid beyond money.
Yes.
But at the same time, I funded everything on my own.
All right.
And all the travel, like we've been in like 15 cities.
Wow.
The last year I've been focusing more on St. Louis because I feel like, okay, I did my tour. Now I want to come back home, tie some things together home, and then I'll go back on tour. Because I'm going to get back on the road probably like April. So right now I'm just working and trying to get my bag back up so I could go do what I want to do. And that's travel and show love to black businesses. So,
well, thank you for showing love to this black business, BNS LLC, and the News You Can Use podcast. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you as well.
Already.
Thank you for the interest, man. A lot of people aren't really a lot of people ain't interested in what we got going on here. So anytime somebody is interested in what I'm doing, I try to take that approach that Dr. Boyce takes, and that's like, add time for them people and, show them people love because them people is like their family. So anybody that's out here trying to promote positivity in the city, I want to link up with them. I want to do some work with them. I want to make something happen with them. You know what I'm saying? So
likewise.
Like anybody that's out there, if you hear this, come to our Facebook channel, The Black Wall Street Challenge. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube Black Wall Street Challenge. Come to the IG page Black Wall Street Challenge and shoot me a DM. A lot of times I don't get to all my DMs because I get a lot of crazy DMs. I get a lot of trolls. I get people that tell me they want to kill me. I'm racist. Believe it or not, I get people that really
I believe it.
They try to like bother me, and I'm like, bro, I'm from Walnut Park. Like that shit don't bother me. Like for me, like for real, because I'm still a nigga. I'm sorry. I'm not. I believe in being armed. I believe in fighting, standing your ground. All that.
Come on now.
I'm not really fucked up about nobody telling me.
You a man. You a black man.
Hell yeah. I ain't think I'm finna run for somebody that's trying to Twitter, what they call it, Twitter finger me to death. Nah, man, that don't work. So a lot of times my DM, I don't even look through it because it just be so much nonsense sometimes. But it's the best thing is to probably hit a comment or something or go on a post and try to reach out and then hit the DM. But I'm online all the time because I got 5 or 6 platforms now and managing all of them by myself. It's hard.
Me too. I already know. Trying to be like 10 people at once. You the marketing person, the star, the creator, the content creator. I already get it. I'm there.
Yeah, so I've been. I'm accessible though, and then I'm always out. Like all people really gotta do is go to Sweetheart. You don't bump into me.
Oh, that's my cheers. Me and my peoples, we had a meeting up there, and we called it Cheers. Where Sweetheart Bakery Cafe, where everybody knows your name. I always see like 7 people there. I know.
Yeah,
that's my spot.
Same here. That's why I always get the same. I mean, I'm always in the same seat. If I'm
that's so good. Oh, you got a seat.
I got to sit in the same seat. I like to eat my food. I like to just, have my time to think, create, and just go home. So, but nice. I do always bump into people. But sometimes people, I be in my own zone. I look at somebody and I'm not looking at them because I'm thinking. So sometimes if people see me, they like, oh man, I saw you the other day. You ain't speak. But
that's so funny. You're so funny.
Sometimes I'm just, I'm being in my own world. I ain't gonna lie.
So I'm gonna speak today, y'all. I was on Instagram and I saw that the brother had turned on a live video. So I was like, cool. I'm gonna go see what he's talking about. And so I can't recall right now what he was talking about, but I was like, hey. I just typed it. I was like, hey, can you be on my podcast? And he was like, yeah, DM me. I was like, okay, cool. So yeah, he is telling the truth. He is accessible.
Oh yeah, I'm accessible, man. I'm a regular guy.
Already.
All I'm doing is I'm doing something that's another thing. I don't take credit for this. Like the Black Wall Street Challenge is inspired by that mindset of us having to help each other, and we had to shop with each other. So this is a concept that's been there. It's just been dormant. It ain't even really been dormant. It's just something that people just are overlooking, I guess you could say.
Oh, that makes. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just a catalyst for that. That's all. I'm just somebody that's just, doing what the ancestors have been doing and they had to do. And I'm just trying to bring it to the light because we don't necessarily have to do it no more. So we forget about it,
Stefan, you reminded me was that we have come into, we are in the 400th year commemoration of the Ma'afa and the great Middle Passage, what they call it, from Africa, when we were stolen from Africa to Americas. It's been 400 years. So, like, I'm already in the plannings with Amber Bookstore on, really trying to capitalize on this 400 year. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but the Ghanaian president, he at the end of last year already opened up the doors of Ghana for everybody African American to have a citizenship in Ghana, based on this 400 year commemoration. So I was wondering if are you in any kind of cahoots or thinking about anything kind of planning, or how can we make this hashtags or marketing strategies for that? Because I'm actually just about to have a meeting with Amber Bookstore about that, like, soon.
I have not, and I'll tell you why. Like, I'm the type of person where I try to do one task at a time.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
Like, that's the lane for somebody else,
Yeah.
Like, that ain't a lane for me right now, but that's a lane for somebody else to do, and I would support it
already.
But, right now where I'm at, I'm just, my hand's so full with just what I'm doing right now. I can't even fathom the thought of trying to do something else, especially dealing with hashtags. All the damn hashtags I got.
That's so funny.
I would have thought about hashtags back in the day. I would have known that them damn long ass hashtags I got.
That's funny. It's a lot of typing, ain't it?
Type them, yeah. I ain't trying to type no more hashtags.
Too funny.
I got too many hashtags. Look, I'm cool on that. But
Stefan, I'm putting out in the universe that we gonna both of us gonna have us a whole marketing team in the near future, and so they can do our hashtags for us, and we can just do the creative work and the passion work.
All right. Let's speak that into existence.
Now, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was just saying, like, right now I'm just so busy with everything I've got going on. I would love to support something like that. Just, like I said, they just send the word. And I would definitely support.
Already.
But like I say, this month is it's all about the 28-day Black Business Challenge. It's all about highlighting a different Black-owned business every day for the whole month. Nobody's done that. Everybody telling me about this Killer Mike thing. Killer Mike need to come see me because I'm the king of shopping Black. I'm the king of showing love to Black businesses.
Hey.
How can you do this without involving me? I've been doing this, so that's something that I'm definitely, I feel like I can speak on because I didn't get off into that show. Like I said, I don't really watch a lot of TV, but that show, people was like, yo, you need to watch it, you need to do this, and I'm not going to bash it on your platform. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be petty.
We going to say positive, keep it light.
I ain't going to be petty.
Already. Come on with it.
I can't promise next month when I'm laying around and I got more free time that I won't be petty.
Already. Freedom of speech.
There's some things about it that I just wasn't agreeing with, but I'm going to say that. But, yeah, so, it is what it is.
Already.
King of showing love. And I had a nice talk with you. I got to go.
I appreciate you so much. Okay,
Appreciate
so
you.
now how can we get in contact with you?
You can get in contact with me through my Facebook platform, Stefan Self Ruler West. I have a business page, or you can get with me on the Black Wall Street Challenge on Facebook, or Black Wall Street Challenge on YouTube, or Black Wall Street Challenge on Instagram. Or you could just visit a black business and I'll probably be there.
Already. My name is Frenchair, and you have just tuned in to the 4th episode of the News That You Can Use podcast, featuring our guest, Stefan West. We're so grateful. We got to go. We'll talk to you next time. Peace and blessings.
Peace.
The News That You Can Use podcast is powered by B&Us LLC, brought to you by Frenchies, Wonders, Healthy Place Botanicals, the B&Us and LLC Market, and Frenchair Gardeners Mutual of Omaha Insurance Agency. We know you got questions and comments and feedback, so send us a message on our Facebook page, B and Us LLC. Do you have news that we can use? Message us on our Facebook page, B and Us LLC. Or schedule your time on our Square appointment calendar, bit.ly bit.ly/schedule B and Us LLC. Your financial support is needed to sustain future broadcasting of episodes and leveling up. If you're listening to this podcast on the Anchor app, click my favorite color, purple, support this podcast button, or click that podcast link, anchor.fm/news-u-can-u/support. We do not own the rights to the music played on the News You Can Use podcast. We do have permissions from Common Folk, the Beatitudes, and Ngoma to play their music. Stay connected by liking our Facebook page, B and Us LLC. Follow us on Instagram at Frenchair, FRENCHAIRE, and Twitter at Miss Frenchie06. Remember to show your love to a black business today, wherever you are across the diaspora. Thank you so much for tuning in to the News You Can Use podcast.
What you heard?
Beatles featuring Rakim Abdul-Jabbar and Calvin Taylor. Subscribe, financially support, download the episodes, write reviews so that the News You Can Use podcast ratings are increased and we get paid and we get bumped up in the ratings and the lists, and you can see us more actively. Listen to the News You Can Use podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Pocket Casts, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Radio Public, and Anchor, where you may request your preferred podcast app.